I've stolen once in my life. It was peer pressure. I was in primary 1. And the fact that I remember it to this day tells you how much guilt I still feel. Because there was this boy I used to go to school with. I'd always been content. This boy used to buy hobnobs every morning, primary 1. The pressure won't wound me. Some families are wicked. And the reason it broke my heart so much till this day is because our family was going through a tough time. My mother ransacked the whole house. She defined that money. She ransacked, and I was watching. I can still feel the pain. There are families that their go-to default when they go through trials is to look for a man of God. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there were people who rolled like that. I didn't know that some people, that was their Christian experience. I tell you the truth. And maybe it helped us. Almost all my life, I attended a big church. So maybe it helped. Even if you want to call Bishop Oyedepo, good luck. So maybe it helped us. But it was also an orientation we had. See, I'm telling you, in our family, we believed earnestly in do-it-yourself Christianity. And we did it ourselves many times. We saw God move. We proved many times that you don't need a title for God to hear you. Did you hear what I said? You don't need a title. If you call out to him honestly and sincerely, he will show up. And I suggest to you that you start teaching your children that, let me tell you something. I tell you the truth, right now in ministry, more than 50% of the values I had didn't come from church. See, before I got born again, I won't steal. I won't. I've stolen once in my life. It was peer pressure. I was in primary 1. And the fact that I remember it to this day tells you how much guilt I still feel. Because there was this boy I used to go to school with. I'd always been content. This boy used to buy hobnobs every morning, primary 1. The pressure won't wound me. Some families are wicked. and he won't buy it and put it in his bag. He will buy it on our way to school. As we are going to school, he will branch and buy it in my presence. So one day, I just wanted to know what it will feel like. And the reason it broke my heart so much till this day is because our family was going through a tough time. My mother ransacked the whole house. She defined that money. She ransacked, and I was watching. I can still feel the pain. I felt ashamed of myself. The guilt didn't allow me to enjoy the biscuits. And you know the thing that hurt me the most? She looked at me and said, "Did you see this money?" She trusted me so much. The moment I said no, that was it. She just moved on. Because in her mind, I would never. Come on, are you hearing what I'm saying? But those were just the values instilled. Some of you, discipleship, nobody say we know they try you. The problem is, and I'm not saying this to judge you, I'm just saying this for 2 reasons. So that you will not repeat the pattern with your children, and so that you will know how much work you have to do. Some of the work we are trying to do in your life is not my job. It's not my job. It's not my job. I've told you so that you will take it seriously. Your first marriage lessons shouldn't come from a sermon. You were supposed to see it. You were supposed to see love before you heard a sermon on it. And some of you don't know what I'm talking about. You were supposed to see it. When you see it every day, you will never be the same again. Have you seen somebody who grew up in a house with love? Let's be more honest. Have you seen somebody who probably, from the way they move, you could tell they were more loved than me? Sometimes it doesn't always add up like that, but when you see somebody with proper secure attachment, when you see a lady that is not looking for somebody to say I love you, that will not fall and melt like ice. You know, there are some people, they know the person talking to them is lying, but they will believe a lie just to hear I love you. They will believe a lie. So you must do your best in the name of Jesus to make sure that your own experience is better. Now listen to me. Original priesthood in the Bible was paternal and not ecclesiastical. What I mean is this: the introduction to priesthood in the Bible was through fathers before it was through the church. Before Abraham met Melchizedek, he had built many altars. Did you hear what I just said? It wasn't when Abraham met Melchizedek that he started learning how to build altars. So the first altars were built by a father for his family. God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. It was a family affair. And the children did not have the luxury, the privilege of going to church every Sunday, but their spiritual life was still intact. Do you know the implication of that? Do you know the implication of that? That if I never went to church, I will still be a believer. I might be deficient in knowledge. I might be deficient in fellowship. But at the core, are you getting what I'm saying, please? See, if you understand what I'm just saying. So, in Genesis 12, 7-8, Abraham built altars for his household. For his household. Sacrifice, not just for himself, but for his lineage, for his children. Job did it too. I hope you know Job is about the oldest book in the Bible. So it was also that old. Around the same era. Theologians will argue. So it tells you that before the advent of Levitical priesthood, there was paternal priesthood. There were fathers who were priests before there were priests who were fathers. If that makes sense. I'm being careful not to say love your job your love. Okay. So I have to stop and say it makes sense. Think about it. What did Job know that will make him stand up and make sacrifices for his children? Now, there were some things that he still didn't know, obviously. To obey is better than sacrifice. That's another class. So Job wasn't the stellar example. You don't allow your children partying every day and then just be sacrificing for them. Come on, do you get what I'm saying? You can tell from the story of Job, from how things ended, that at the end of the day, your sacrifice will only secure you. In case you were wondering some of the things that happened in the story of Job, now you know one of it. I don't want to get into that now, but what I just said should give you a huge clue. The children were not living purposefully. They were taking turns. Today we'll party in your house, tomorrow we'll party in your house. They were partying every day. And it was the father alone who had the consecration, sacrificing for the children. So that's another extreme. But at the end of the day, the idea of altars and priesthood again was paternal.